You know how the left always talks mad shit about how protesting and rioting is like the voice of the unheard? And how, like, though the whole point of protesting is to make the other guys uncomfortable, and then it happens to them, and all of a sudden they're like, show some respect. Rattled heels up Harris snaps back at rowdy protesters who crashed her book tour. Show some respect. No, why? Like, the whole point was to make you uncomfortable, right? Like, you would be laughing your ass off if they were protesting some right-wing politician doing a book tour. But when they do it to you, show some respect. Former Vice President Come Swallow a Heels Up Pull My Harris was confronted by several rowdy protesters who stormed her book tour in Chicago on Saturday afternoon. Security guards removed multiple people who interrupted talk as part of Heels Up Harris's tour for a new memoir, 107 Days, amid chaos and screaming from the crowd. Yeah, it's not as funny when they do it to you, is it? When this was lefties doing it to right-wingers just trying to give a talk? Oh, they're protesting is a protected right. How dare you remove these protesters from the venue? And then they do it to them? What's next? You going to accuse the protesters of racism or something? They probably already did. Harris, 60 going on 90. Was discussing her book with journalist Michelle Norris when one Wayman's from the audience began yelling while filming on her phone. Security guards escorted the Waymans out and several others as the crowd erupted into a chant, "Get her out." Yeah, in these events, I mean, chances are those people were paid to be there. So they're going to do what they were paid to do. Oh, another clip shows a man appearing to shout about genocide before being removed. The motivations behind the protests were unclear. Yeah, how much you want to bet these were other lefty protesters? Because the left's been kind of destroying itself. And Norris addressed the interruptions by telling the crowd we encourage people to use their voices, but we want them to show some respect for this women's. No, the left is going to get as much respect as they give. For years, like for decades even, they refuse to respect dissenting voices. So guess what? You don't get any respect back. You're going to be treated the same way you treat others. The golden rule, bitch. Please pronounce my name correctly, quipped Heels Up Harris as spectators applied to their responses. The Chicago event wasn't the first time Harris's book tour was hit by hecklers. Hey, this is the type of behavior she supports, so it's only fair to give it to her. Similar scenes erupted during her appearance in Washington, D.C. when Harris was heckled about the U.S. response to the Israel-Hamas conflict. Yeah, this isn't right-wingers doing this. This is the left doing it to other lefties. Like, they're eating each other. This is two enemies fighting. We should just encourage this. When a protester began shouting about Gaza, Heels Up Harris stood up and hit back at them, shouting, "You know what? I'm not the president of the United States." Oh, we know. And I know you know, too. You get reminded of it every fucking day. You're the one that had to sign the official paperwork. The crowd again cheered as the hecklers were moved by security. Heels Up Harris launched the tour in late September to promote 107 Days, which recounts her current year-1 campaign for the White House, following the coup against Brandon and how they forced him to withdraw from the race. It offers a look at how decisions were made behind closed doors and gives insight into tensions between some of the staffers involved in the campaign. I wonder if those staffers are going to come out and give their side of the story, because Heels Up Harris can't be trusted. Heels Up Harris's memoir has sparked some criticism, even from people within Democrat circles. No, what do you mean even? Primarily from within Democrat circles. An advisor to a potential current year-3 dim presidential contender slammed Heels Up Harris's book while speaking anonymously with Politico last month. At a time when people are looking for a vision and leadership, we want to see leaders rise to the level of threat facing the country. It's pretty crazy she chose to write a gossip book that prioritizes the pettiness of her politics. No, I think this is a leader rising to the level of threat facing the country. Because most of the threats that both Republicans and Democrats fearmonger about are blown way out of proportion. They're only fearmongering to get fear votes. The advisor added, it's embarrassing for her, for all Democrats, considering she was the leader of the party less than a year ago. How is that embarrassing for all Democrats? I don't know a single Democrat who ever considered Heels Up Harris the leader of the Democrats. She was installed in that position. No primary voters voted for her. And when primary voters had a chance to vote for her, she was the first one eliminated. Nobody in the Democrat Party considers Heels Up Harris their leader. She was forced on them. They didn't want her. So, if anything, the Democrats are like, yeah, keep embarrassing yourself so we can make you go away. My former Communist News Network journalist Chris Soliza also gave the book a scathing review. Yeah, some of these journalists are trying to pivot back to center now, but no one's coming back because they already chased their audience away. Heels Up Harris's recent media tour to tout her memoir, 107 Days, has reminded me of something I think I've long known. She's simply not a good politician, and she hasn't gotten much better over her decades in the business. Well, there's only so high you can go by sucking dick. Like, eventually you get to the point where there's no one's dick you can suck to give you a leg up anymore. And I think Heels Up Harris made it to that plateau. Like, she made it to the top of Dick Mountain, and there's no more further to climb. The body count cannot be stacked higher. Writing on Twitter, Soliza also said that Heels Up Harris's return to the stage has shown that she's not good on her feet, and she speaks in word salads, he said. Yeah, and that's sad too, because a lot of people would make way better leaders than the all the regards we have there now. Like, they have the knowledge, they have the ability to make quick decisions. They're just not good at communicating and talking. Like, they're not good at, debating. They have by far the best qualifications, but they're just not good at the debate like this. So, let's actually explain this in a way that everyone understands. Job interviews. How many times have you been cheated out of a job because you were nervous and awkward and you fucked up a job interview, but you were by far the most qualified, the best candidate? You're the best at the job, but you're not good at interviewing. But you can't get a job because the interview was like the most important step in getting the job. Like, that's how elections work. The election itself, the people voting for you, is the most important step. But you could be by far the best person to do the job of the president, but you're not good at convincing people of it. Like, that's sadly where we're at. Democrat strategist Gary South also told The Hill that Heels Up Harris's book was defensive in tone. Is there any way it wouldn't be, given how monumental of a fuck up Heels Up Harris's entire existence has been? She came out with arms flailing and guns blazing, blaming everyone but herself for her loss. It's a curiously negative and ungracious tone for someone who reportedly thinks she can run again in current year +3. Yeah, I think she can run again, but good luck getting past the primaries. Heels Up Harris has never made it past a primary. Never, not once. If she runs in 2028, she's going to be the first one disqualified again.